Hey everyone, Adrian Morrison here, and in this video we are going to talk about a very little known but extremely powerful targeting tool inside of Facebook. And so many people don't even know that this is there or available, or they don't use it because they don't understand it. And this is called behavioral targeting. Facebook knows almost everything about us because we spend all day on Facebook, right? But Facebook has also partnered with other data collection companies and exchanges to get more information on their users. So they openly talk about this on their actual Facebook.com website. If you dig around into the ads help center. But I just pulled exactly what they have on their website about behavioral targeting onto the slideshow, word for word, and I'm going to read it to you. And I got to tell you, this is some amazing stuff. So behavioral targeting. Behaviors are activities that people do on and off of Facebook. Now, that helps inform their device usage, their purchase behaviors or intents, their travel preferences, and a lot more, which you'll find out in a second. Behaviors are contracted from both someone's activity on Facebook and through offline activity provided by data from Facebook's trusted third-party partners, which are Axiom, Datalogics, and Epilison, I believe. So these are companies. I don't know too much about it, but I don't try to major in the minors. I just try to do what makes me a bunch of money, so I don't necessarily need to know why and how everything is. I just want to know how to use it and how to, harness that power and leverage it. But these are companies that obviously partner with Facebook that can provide to them data on users. Very, very powerful data, actually. Data that tells us what type of automobiles we drive, what type of businesses we run, what type of donations and charities we're involved in, digital activities, financial information you'll see in a second, job roles that we are in, the mobile devices that we use, the types of purchases that we make, residential profiles, seasonal events, and the types of travel that we engage in. And we can really hone in on some targeting by using these behaviors in Facebook because they have all of this data on their users that allows us to more accurately and more powerfully target our audiences. So this is a really, really good thing here. So what I'm going to do is exit this PowerPoint and we're going to go look at some of these behaviors in Facebook and we're going to talk about them. Okay, so here we are inside of Facebook ads. I've already clicked on create an ad and put in a website URL. Now we're just on the screen where all of the targeting is entered, and this is where you'll be able to access behaviors. Now, the reason a lot of people don't know about behaviors is because in this box it says detailed targeting. See, it says demographics, interests, and behaviors. Most of the time people just come here and they type something in like dog, right? And they just start hitting keywords. But if you put your mouse over the box and you click it, a menu comes down that says demographics, interests, behaviors, and more categories. All right, so behaviors would be like keywords. Obviously, demographics go over some very interesting things, but behaviors are a lot of that third-party data that Facebook is able to get. And I mean, there are some just crazy things in here, like for instance, whether people drive motorcycles, new or used ones, vehicle buyers, shoppers, owners, purchase types of vehicles. Then there's B2B, which talks about what size companies somebody's involved in and what type of seniority they have. Charitable donations. So there are categories for animal welfare, arts and culture, cancer, children's causes, health, political, religious, veterans, world relief, consumer classification, I've never used this one before, but I don't even know what to do with that, actually. And then this one is a huge one that I've used many, many times over. People that are into gaming, right? So the digital activities, gaming, operating system used. Of course, I mean, it just gets really detailed. Whether they're spending money on Facebook, this one's very important. Pay close attention here. This behavior allows you to target people who have spent more than $100 on Facebook payments in the last 3 months. So these are very hot leads. So if you take anything from this video, I want it to be this behavior right here. Okay, so this is located under, let me just get the category shut. It's under digital activities on behaviors. And when you come over here, you'll see Facebook payments. People who have used Facebook payments in the last 90 days, people who have spent above average, higher than average, that's over $100 in the last 3 months, and then people who have recently used Facebook payments. Now, Facebook payments is a way that Facebook allows people to shop on and inside and through Facebook, be it through games or Facebook stores. There's a lot of different things that you can do in Facebook and spend money. So obviously somebody who has a higher than average spend in the last 30 days, or 3 months, is going to be a much more valuable customer to get your ad in front of. That means they're active spenders, right? They show a history of spending money. So you might want to come in here and test this behavior with crossed with some of your keywords to create like a very highly targeted audience. For instance, I could hit Facebook payments and then hit narrow my audience, and so it means they have to have at least spent over $100 in the last 30 days on Facebook, and also be interested in, how about nursing, which we'll just use the broad keyword. 47,000 people. Now that doesn't seem like a lot, right? But that's 47,000 of the highest, most, like literally the most valuable customers that are into nursing on all of Facebook. All right, so while it's a small audience, you can literally scorch the earth with this audience, and you can probably pull a ton of profit out of it with the right product. All right, so you're able to come in here and really use these behaviors to do some pretty amazing stuff. All right, and let's go back over to behaviors and look at the rest of them. So you've got your Facebook payments. You can target people by whether they use Chrome, Firefox. I mean, some of these you may never use, but it's good to know that they're here. You can target people that use Macs or Windows computers. There's a lot of reasons why you might be doing this, right? There's a ton of things that you might be selling that are more Mac user oriented and Apple lover oriented. So you've also got it's just so much. You can target people that have different specific email addresses, Gmail users, Apple users, AOL email address users. I haven't found much use for that yet, but I know some companies may really have a ton of use for that data. Expats, I don't understand what this one is, but so I can't say that much about it. Financial, so you can choose to target people that have multiple lines of credit or just one line of credit. Once again, not something I use a lot in e-commerce, but I could see how there could be a great use for it. Purchase behaviors. You can target people that are more likely to make business purchases, clothing purchases, men's versus women, food and drink purchases. You've got home and garden, kids products. So if you're selling kids products on your e-commerce store, like children's toys, baby cribs, there's all sorts of stuff, this is going to be a behavior that's extremely valuable to you. Pet products. You can target people that are cat owners or dog owners specifically. These are not people that are just interested in dogs, but They are collected from, what does it say? Collected from the U.S. Census, warranty cards, registration information, the Department of Motor Vehicles, public record information, survey data, and other offline sources. Data must be validated. At least, I can't read for some reason I can't get the bottom of that. But this is pretty accurate data here. And then you've got purchase habits. People that buy sports stuff or shop at specific types of stores, luxury versus discounted, subscription services. And you've even got residential profiles. Are they a new home buyer or a renter? Seasonal events. People interested in baseball, college football, cricket, fall football, professional football, rugby, travel. With travel, you've got frequent travelers. Now, this has always been an interesting category for me. Frequent travelers, I think, is something that could be a very powerful behavior, because there's so many little things that, just think about when you're going through an airport, all the junk people buy. You know, neck pillows, earbuds, iPods, headsets. There's all sorts of stuff. There's a ton of money in just the little accessories people buy that are frequent travelers. I know that because I travel a lot, and I always end up spending like $50 in the airport buying something that, you know, that's going to be a convenience to me while I'm on the airplane. So I think, you know, starting up an e-commerce store that sold more of the like gadgets and stuff, or convenience-oriented things, would be be a very good niche if you're able to hit the right market, which apparently you can here. Frequent flyers, that's actually even better than frequent travelers. Frequent flyers, 2.7 million people. And I mean, goodness gracious, there's just so much here that you can use. So I don't come in and use behavioral targeting on every campaign that I use, but in many, many cases, I have used it and found it to be very beneficial. The problem is people, they don't know it's here, or the people that do know it's here, they open it up and they go, oh my gosh, this is so much. How do I do this? No, that's too confusing. Forget it. I'm just going to put in a keyword, and that's what they do. The mobile device user has been extremely beneficial for me because I promote phone cases, right? So a lot of things that I've sold are actual cell phone cases. Well, I don't want to promote an iPhone case to somebody with an Android and vice versa. So I can come in here and say, I want to only target people that use iPhones, and say I'm only selling iPhone cases that fit iPhone 5 and up. So I can come in here and hit everybody that's got an iPhone above an iPhone 4S, right? So I can do the same thing coming back over here with Android and Google and HTC and LG and all of the different phone brands. So if you're promoting the cell phone cases, cell phone accessories, you can really use these behaviors to target people that have a specific phone. Now think about how much money you're saving on wasted advertising if you use this. A lot of people just say, oh, well, I'm going to put my ad out there and it's going to hopefully do well. And they're promoting an Apple iPhone case, but they're being seen by BlackBerry users, HTC, Samsung Galaxy users, Google phone users. That's wasted money. That's wasted time. What if you actually came in here, you clicked on behaviors, and you promoted a phone case for Apple iPhones, but only showed that ad to people that have an iPhone? That's common sense, but a lot of people just simply don't harness this power. So these behaviors are extremely, extremely powerful, and you can pair these behaviors with very specific categories or very specific interests. Like I could also say people that use iPhones and have iPhones, but also are interested in nursing, and find the more obviously precise keywords, as you know from the training, are preferred. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to click on one. So we'll click on nursing. And so now we've got people that are interested in nursing and iPhone 5s. Now, in the next video that you not just iPhone 5s, but iPhone 5 Plus and above. In the next video, we're going to talk about intersecting audiences, okay? So you see down here where it says narrow audience, we are going to pick up on this video right here, and I'm going to show you how to make this even more targeted than it already is if you're selling iPhone cases that have nursing quotes on them or something. And this narrow audience button will allow you to do that. It's so amazing. So point is, behavioral targeting is very powerful. You need to know that it's there. You may not always use it, but there are a lot of cases where there are some options in there that become very, very valuable to you. Like for me, when I was selling thousands of iPhone cases, I was able to target people only with iPhones. And that increased my conversion rates, reduced my risk, and increased my return on investment. So behavioral targeting, go in there, look at the options that are available, see if any of them fit the product that you're marketing, and you can really tailor a very, very specific, precise, and laser targeted audience for your ads, for whatever it is that you're targeting. So go ahead to the next video. You're going to learn some more about targeting audiences, and I hope you feel like this video was enlightening and that it exposed something new to you that you had no idea was there, or maybe you knew it was there, but it's motivated you to actually use it and taught you how it can be used. Okay guys, I'll see you in the next video.